Hey guys, Thomas Ray here from Audionity Group, and today I'm going to answer your question. Should you master your own music? There's many theories out there saying you shouldn't be really mastering your own music. Well, I've got a bit different approach. Let me explain. So I've been mastering for over 10 years now, and I heard a lot of masters that were mastered by same person who did the mix, who did the production. And I tell you what, they were really decent. Now, in my opinion, I would rather have more good music, as in composition, that's mastered by the same person, than not having that music at all, not be able to listen to it, just because that person couldn't afford to get actual mastering engineer in to master the songs. So I'm gonna give you a few tips on how to master your own music and what you should be looking for while you're doing it. So the thing number one would be to finish your mix. So finish your mix before you sit down to do the mastering, okay? What I mean is make sure you're happy with your mix. Make sure all the balance is there. Make sure you're happy with the vocals, etc. Just finish it off and do not go back to it. Tip number two would be to take a break. Not take break during the mastering, take the break between the mixing stage and the mastering stage. So I always say that 7-8 days is the golden time scale when it comes to that kind of break. Finish your mix, put it on the side, leave it for 7 to 8 days, and then start doing your mastering. Now the reason being is oftentimes you won't be able really to comprehend what's good, what's not when you master, especially if you just finish your mix. You know, if you're still fresh and you can still hear those the things in the mix that you might not be super happy with, or you were actually happy with. So leave it for 7 to 8 days and then start your mastering. Tip number 3 would be use different DAW, right? So use different DAW than the one you do the mixing. Okay, so let's say if you mix in Pro Tools or Cubase or Ableton, whatever, get another DAW and master just in that DAW. Changing just the environment of the software will trigger different mindset for you while you're doing the mastering. It will be something like, okay, I'm here just to do the mastering, and I guarantee you I will benefit your masters, just because you don't have this connection with the mixing where you see the same mixing board or the same layout, same design. When you're in a different DAW, new DAW, just do the mastering. I personally really recommend PreSonus Studio One. And PreSonus Studio One, you can actually switch between the mixing setting and the mastering setting. I've done a video on that a couple of weeks ago. If you want to check it out, I'll leave the link below. The fourth thing would be opinion. So get someone else's opinion on your master, but get someone who can actually tell you the truth. Don't really ask friends or your girlfriend about or boyfriend about the quality of your master. Get someone who can actually give you constructive criticism on your master. Get a second opinion, and based on that, go forward. Tip number 5 would be to use reference tracks. Well, you should be using reference tracks anyway, so make sure you do that both in your mixing and the mastering stage. When you're using the reference tracks, you can actually compare your track with a commercially released song. This is when you can compare the low end, the vocals, how everything sticks together, the overall loudness, the perceived loudness of the master. It will help you out, definitely. I actually did a video on that too, I'll leave the link below so you can check it out. The tip number 6 will be the training. So you actually have to have a training. You have to know what you're doing, because mastering is so much different than mixing, and It has specific mindsets, specific tools. So make sure you actually know what you're doing before you start doing mastering. The best way to learn mastering is A, to practice, B, to get some decent knowledge from the sources that you trust. YouTube, yeah, you can use YouTube. It's pretty difficult to put all the videos, the short videos, into the whole thing that would teach you the mastering. But you can also go for the course, online mastering course. And guess what? I actually got that kind of course ready. You can enroll. I'll leave the link below. This is the course where I show everything from A to B to C when it comes to plugins, the mastering mindset, the philosophy behind mastering. I'm actually showing you everything that I do during the mastering stage on 4 different tracks. That's an R&B track, there is a rock track, there is a hip hop track, and there's a techno track. So it's all different genres. The whole course is based on free plugins as well, so you don't really have to invest in any of the expensive plugins in case mastering is not something for you. Because that could be the case too. As I said before, mastering is pretty specific. You have to separate yourself from other post-production processes to do the mastering properly, which I explain in detail in the course. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. If you got any comment, leave the comment below. I read all of them, I reply to all of them. If you want to enroll to my mastering course, links down below. I also leave the links for the videos on the PreSonus and the video on reference tracks. Make sure you check them out. Thanks, I'll see you next time.